Yeah, I like the endless tunnel. And also, much like the tunnel loops, I keep revisiting the clip every day, or at least every other stream. How's this? Never mind, it's 11 p.m. It's perfectly normal, right? That's about it. Is there any... She didn't escape the tunnel at the end, did she? Never did. Oh. Trying out a new thing where the controls are hidden in YouTube, but I need to be tabbed in for it. Let me see. I was watching this. Oh no, I'm always in the way of whatever is important in the screen. I'm in the way of this guy. I'm always in the part where the other streamer or YouTuber or whatever is reacting. They just, and I guess I have to move out of the way. Why can't they move out of the way, you know? Why can't they fuck off? Oh well. See where it can go. How do I do this again? Center vertically. There we go. Now I'm just... I don't like that he's bigger in the screen. I don't like that he's bigger in the screen. Oh well. What I have to do. So we were reacting to this. He's reacting to this cringe trailer, and he's looking a little bit like he doesn't want to be there. He's not looking amused. But he doesn't look like he's seething like last time. I'll give him that. He has learned to control his rage. So how is it possible that with my sunglasses on, I'm seeing dirt on my desk? Let's see what he has to say.
You'll see folks mounted up pretty much everywhere, going on long rides out in the park or through town. Horses need a lot of space too. When we got Sage, we ended up redesigning our property to make space for her. What else were we gonna do? She's part of the family. Sometimes I'll head over to my friend Umbra's place to help out when the family members are all busy. Look how cute their foal is. She
this is the
definitely
first
inherited
view
her
of
mom's
fowls.
family nature.
This is the first time we've seen them, so they do exist.
Know that it takes work to meet all their needs and keep them happy. They need to be fed, played with, brushed, trained, and cleaned up after too. And if you have other animals like mini goats and sheep, well, it can be a lot all at once. Of course, you could always hire a ranch hand to do that. They're great at everything, from tending our nectar crops to picking up manure. Just hit up a community board to hire one.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You can also check out any horses up for sale or adoption while you're looking. That's how I rescued Sage. All that hard work really starts to feel good when you realize how far you've come. When I first started making nectar, I wasn't great at it. I made a lot of messes and quite a few subpar batches. Now though, I make a profit selling all kinds of nectar. Old Roberto Crinkletop even...
I'm not even watching the trailer, I'm just watching him die inside.
To my grave and beyond.
Oh, ghost horses.
He's actually very nice, if a little odd.
No sight of unicorns yet,
though. He shows
though.
up to hit the dance floor, but no one really knows where he lives. I think he likes it that way. Whether they've been here for generations, or they're brand new like me. Everyone out here has an interesting story. Maybe it's time to start your story, too.
It's about to come at full force. When I reacted to the initial trailer, I was very negative, and that's because I literally didn't see any gameplay. Like, we just got some animations of some horses like moving around, and that was it.
And he still didn't see any gameplay.
The gameplay trailer of the pack, so this is supposed to be like the trailer focusing on like showing off the gameplay, and like, yes, lovely, we got horses that jump over things and, you know, spin around barrels. Absolutely love that for your horse girls. But where the shit is the gameplay? I can't see it anywhere. More specifically, in expansion packs where the gameplay, this should have been a game pack. EA made an absolutely horrendous decision making this as an expansion pack. I mean, we know why they did it. They did it because it's a very popular pack concept, and they knew that if they...
Clown horse. That's the gameplay, I guess. What's a clown horse gonna do? What's the function of a clown horse? Is it an actual feature? That I wonder. Sorry, I'm trying to be less feisty. It's just, is it just gonna is there any gameplay implementation to the clown horse, or is it gonna just exist and be the exact same as any other horse? Is it gonna have, can you honk on its nose? Gonna have, it's gonna shit in funny colors. It's gonna shit in polka dots, polka dot manure. Just, it's like, oh look, you can paint on them like you could in cats and dogs. You can paint something on them. I have a feeling that's it. Not an NPC, and if it were an NPC, that is an absolute waste of resources. It's a waste of resources to have a clown horse NPC. In fact, it would have been grand if it hadn't been in a trailer. I think the trailer would have objectively been better without the clown horse. So there is my review of what little I've seen that I could force myself to pay attention to. Alright. Also the mini goats. Mini goats? Why mini? Why mini? That sounds like I mean that way they only need to make one size of goats, not have two sizes of goats, like small kits. Is that what you call them? Kids. Kids. With a D, right? No, because they're small. So they don't have baby goats versions. They're the same size. That's going to be the logic. They're not going to have two different sizes of goats. Fucking hell. Let's continue this lovely journey. Again, I'm in the way. Again, I'm in the way. But you know what? It's fine. I don't think my expressions differ all that much from his at this point.
They upsold it as an expansion pack, they could make more money and people would buy it anyway. This is going to go down with me for one of the more exploitive packs. Like, if we look at Cottage Living, all right? Cottage Living is the British farm animal pack. This is the American farm animal pack, okay? When you look at Cottage Living, as well as having, like, the animals, we have the off-the-grid, like, a lot thing where you can live off the land. We have the little village.
For me, it's like... farm animal pack is a farm animal pack. I don't care where the fucking farm animals are from. We got horses, cows, etc. Pretty much everywhere where there are farms, you got horses and chickens. Those are not mutually exclusive.
Village with the little...
But in The Sims 4, they are.
Market that you can go to. They have the oversized crop thing, and they have the festivals as well. And, you know, with this pack, I'm just not seeing as much in there. Like, the little animals, like the miniature goats and things, they're clearly not as...
I'll be honest, I didn't give a shit about the oversized crops, but I don't want to interrupt this point, because it's fair enough at least they had a gameplay element.
As the farm animals from Cottage Living, they're clearly working in a very different way. I just don't understand why this is an expansion pack. It's not an expansion pack.
Not the fucking emoji. This just shouts Twitter marketing team. I don't know, it's kind of cringy. Like, keep this out of trailers, right? You're establishing your own fantasy world with your franchise. You do not need actual emoji. You do not need Unicode to communicate and make it even more obvious. Trying to exploit Twitter users, young Twitter users or something. I don't know. It just screams soullessness and a lack of imagination.
It's not. Like, all the trolls love to call me like the most negative, horrendous simmer in the world, but like, I just don't give a shit about this pack. I've never been so like demotivated by a pack, honestly, since my wedding stories. That is saying something. The reason why is because it just feels so exploitive, and I don't like. I think the pack is full of shit. I really do. And I know I'm putting a dampener on your parade, and I'm sorry if you're excited about the pack.
I'm glad he's doubling down on that take. Like, I was a bit concerned that maybe he felt like the flack was getting to him about being a critic of this garbage game. By now, the most of the simtubers are not left are not too outspoken. They have adapted to their younger audiences, so that means that the game just has a younger audience. They might be defensive of this garbage, or at least impressionable, gullible audience. I don't know what their age is, but they're gullible for sure and easily manipulated.
I just don't understand what the hell this pack is coming with. Also, they spoke in the trailer about this pack coming with, like, you know, people riding horses all around the town wherever you go. Firstly, The Sims 4 doesn't have an open world, so that's a fucking lie. What's gonna happen is you load into a lot and random horses will load around everywhere, but it's not the same thing, okay? Secondly, they've given us absolutely no indication that you can use horses in any other world. Are horses gonna be tied to this specific world? Or more specifically, okay, maybe even if horses are not tied to this specific world, I feel like you won't see anybody else with any horses outside of this.
Well, if they're going to be part of the household, they will not be tied to this world per definition. But what does it even matter? So you got people with horse in the household, and they can go about the same way you would ride a bicycle in this game, which is kind of pointless anyway to go anywhere because nothing is loaded. The other lots are not loaded.
This world, it seems to be that there's also not going to be any wild horses that they've shown off, and it seems like the competition place is only in this world, so everything feels like very locked into this little world. It just feels not expansive. It does not feel like an expansion pack. It's not expansive. Collecting horse manure to fertilize your plants, like, that is not an expansion pack's worth of gameplay.
We had turrets that you could use to fertilize your plants and cats and dogs. What the fuck? This is not... It's not even worth mentioning. In fact, it's... So, the shit is the gameplay feature. The fucking horse shit is a gameplay feature they feel like mentioning. It's one of the selling points. The horse shit is a selling point. It's amazing, EA. That is truly quite honest that you're selling shit.
Invite neighbors to come and see how cute your animals are. That's not gameplay. Join a thriving community. The community is not thriving because it's not an open world, and it's not a community because they're all closed lots, so that's a lie. And I meant...
It's also not a community because they're gonna be randomized. You got a couple of premates and they're gonna fuck off at some point. I'm gonna kill them personally if I ever get the hands on this pack. And then you got some random townies that don't have any personal relationships with each other whatsoever.
mentioned before, like the group, the hoedown showdown dancing, like
We had dancing in City Living or whatever it was called. Let's go to the city.
dancing is a base game thing, like it's not new. I did see a lot of Chronically Online talk about how this hoedown dance or line dancing is deep rooted in colonialism. Like I wouldn't get, like, it's not that deep, that's a little bit dramatic, but like it's just base game crap. This pack has got horses in it, but
Chronically Online. Now that is a good that is lovely of him to use that particular phrasing, because I do think it's accurate. Shockingly shallow. Don't lie, we weren't shocked. Are we going to have to deal with Judith Ward galloping around? Yes, that is Mortimer Goth and Judith Ward, the permanent residents of every Sims world. They always show up everywhere. I remember when I tried out Echo Lifestyle and she was rummaging through the trash with a 5-star celebrity ass status. Because that was just what people happen to do, the NPCs in that world. Man, that challenge is not... Well, maybe. Maybe it will still go somewhere. It's not enough people that care. Or I don't think... I had Craze Mazes here. I know he's big on the theme of the challenge, but I don't think he actually picked up on it. Do I still have... Hold on. Which browser am I in? I have several open right now. I wonder how to wait for gameplay trailer guys before judging crowd are feeling right now. You can tell with The Sims 4 already. If it's gonna be shitty, at some point you know. We've had 72 packs. We're at the stage where we can decide pretty well or judge pretty well from minimal teasers, minimal information on how it's gonna play out. In fact, you can already... They say horses, they announce horses, you're gonna know it's gonna be bits and pieces of what should have been either a game pack or part of another pack. The moment it say set horses, we knew it was not going to be an expansion worth of content. We know EA by now. We know them. We've been married for a while. For 8 long, painful years, we've been married to The Sims 4. We know their manipulation tactics and their cheating. Mostly cheating you out of money, by the way. We know there's... We know how they scam us. It's a romance scam. It's an 8 years long romance scam. It's not 9 by now, is it? What the fuck is it? 9? Fucking 9 years. Holy shit. Nightbot really needs to chill. I've been meaning to change that message a little bit. It sounds so aggressive. All right.
But the rest of it is just like overglorified crap. I'm sorry, but it is. And it's not an expansion pack. It's not. This is like 1/4 of the Sims 3 Pets pack. It's not even been released yet. I know I'm going to hate it. I'm going to give it a chance at the live stream. And I'm going to give it a chance when I review it, like I will. But there's like a 99.99.
So you got a whole new skill. Wow. That's will be $40 then. Thanks.
% chance that I'm gonna end up reviewing this pack and call.
Honestly, though, what did Snowy Escape add, for instance? We've had expansion upon expansion that had no gameplay. Island Living added nothing. Nothing. Echo Lifestyle added nothing but these broken, irritating neighborhood plants. I just don't see this as an outlier or something, or a new level of low, a new low. I think that if we look back at the expansions we've had in the last few years, since 2019 especially, it's been abysmal. What's come out? Has there even been one single good expansion? Like the $40-50 range DLC. It will be 10 years before they realize The Sims 5, I guess. Do you mean that one? It looked very, very crude and very pre-alpha. So it will definitely be a couple of years of milking the fuck out of this game, and it's gonna be completely unplayable. Just because of how many pucks and packs and glitches and bugs there are gonna be over time. There's already too many systems that don't necessarily work very well. Because the whole skeleton of the game is just based on randomness. There's so little that makes sense when it comes to interpersonal relationships between Sims and that sort of thing. Everything has to be set, everything has to be determined, everything has to be decided and approved by the player. It's just not a good foundation for the game. And then on top of that, we got a lot of systems, some of them conflict. We got an insane amount of items and packs. They're just, and if you actually look at what is usable, what isn't, just like the design is also so poor in this game. The design of everything, just got so many useless items. And the loading times just keep increasing and increasing and increasing with everything they add. Just 10 years is gonna be, it's gonna be in a worse state than The Sims 3. I feel like it already is kind of. It's kind of already there.
Calling it exploitive and cash grabby and shallow and lazy. Somebody left a comment on my YouTube channel like a week ago, and I thought it was a really nice metaphor. They said, if I paid someone to paint me a banana and that person put their heart and soul into painting an apple, I'm going to be upset I didn't get a banana. Passion doesn't excuse not listening to your customer. With that being said, I do not care if any of the Sims team pull.
Why did they bother to show this close-up of an extremely blurred Nintendo 64 graphics texture of a hoof? Personally, I find it very gross. This whole procedure, by the way, is one of the things that I would not have shown just because it's in poor taste to show something like scraping that. But then it's also super blurred, and like, what are you so proud of? Look at this. Blurry, smudged. It's good if this is like, it looks diseased, okay? It looks diseased.
Not care if any of the Sims team poured their heart and soul into this, because it's toxic to feel guilty because somebody put a lot of passion into something that you don't want and you didn't ask for. Simmers did not ask for this expansion pack. They asked for horses. They most definitely did ask for horses, but they did not ask for this expansion pack. And I feel confident in saying that, regardless as to whether or not the pack was passionately made, it was lazily made and it was exploitive.
I literally feel like I've seen the main Sim here. Look, I've seen her in a million trailers, and I don't know why, because she probably only showed up in this one. But she just seems so randomly generated and forgettable.
Regardless as to whether or not the pack was passionately made, it was lazily made and it was exploitively made. EA is a billion-dollar company. They do have the resources to make.
This is the only character that for me has some kind of personality based on his appearance and style of dressing. Like, this is the only Sim that kind of comes together with his Ganondorf-ass evil horse. The other ones, I just... They might as well have not been townies. Like, they might as well not have been premates. How can you compare that to this thing in characters like um from older games, like the Goth family or Nervous Subject, and then you get generic, pretty much every race in one person sort of horse girl.
Whether or not the pack was passionately made, it was lazily made and it was exploitively made. EA is a billion-dollar company. They do have the resources.
I also think it's so bullshit that the horse is hissing at a goat. Like, of the couple of functionalities that these horses have, one of them is hissing at a goat. A mini goat. Because it couldn't be a normal goat. That would have come at two different sizes. According to EA logic. So they try to avoid it with the mini goat, right? It's like, yeah, we got horses and goats. I guess we gotta have some kind of relation between them. But that doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would a horse and a goat have any kind of interaction? Well, they're in the same pack, so we have to force some interaction, because otherwise we're gonna have to be making the horse. Otherwise, we're gonna have to make the horses interact with things from other packs and from the base game, and that's too much effort. So just gonna have it interact with whatever other, with some random crap we added to this specific expansion pack. Just make it a little bit more self-contained. What happens in horseshit land stays in horseshit land, and if that happens to be goats, then the horse shit is gonna interact with the goats. As futile and meaningless as that particular interaction is, and as many other more crucial interactions they probably don't have with the rest of the worlds or other packs or other things, they're just gonna have to interact with the other leftover animals they're shipped with.
To make a pack good. I just, is it that they're like, we just want to make as much money by offering the bare minimum? Like, why do they offer the bare minimum? I just don't understand it. Like, why don't you just do a good job and like people will like it and people respect you for it? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, what do they think? Like, oh, we can't put too much effort into this, or the shareholders.
Because they have a release cycle is the answer. I don't know if he's gonna answer it, but I can answer it. They're on a cycle like Pokemon games. The marketing strategy behind it is to stay relevant, to stay in the spotlight, and for that they need some. If they want to keep selling kits, now and then they need an expansion to have some big promotional campaign to draw people back to the game, so they can spend more money on other DLC, the actual money maker, which is the kits. So this is basically, as cynical as it sounds, the expansions in The Sims 4 are advertisements to draw people into the game so they can spend money on kits. They can spend money on the expansion as well, but that is just the tip of the iceberg. That is just so they stay in the people's mind. See, keep in mind that they see it as a service, like an MMO that needs updates now and then. Otherwise, there's a content drought. They treat it like a subscription-based game. If you look at it like that, it makes complete sense that they churn out packs even when they're unfinished, that they churn out packs that are super underwhelming. They just have to make something, just have to do something. The fact that they put out something is all that matters. They're really just doing anything for attention. They really, any publicity is good publicity kind of company. Because even if you play this game or you're like disappointed in it, or you don't want to buy it, you will still have been exposed to a lot of advertisements, a lot of YouTube videos about it. And you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I kind of feel like playing Sims 4 again. Let's see what has changed. Oh, we got 5 new kits since this year, 6 new kits. I guess I like that one and that one. That's how it's supposed to work. It's not necessarily that you're gonna have to buy this particular pack. The pack is just to draw your attention.
Not gonna like it. Like, I just don't understand their way of thinking. I don't. I am a reasonable person. Call me a narcissist for saying that I am. I am a reasonable person. As a reasonable person, I don't understand when people are so unreasonable, especially when they can afford.
He needs to shave the thing. Ginger mustache is not
to be reasonable and still like profit from a pack like this. I just don't get it, guys. I don't get it. And we still haven't had any news of unicorns. I am going off on tangents, but you know, this nectar making thing, like I do not know a single person who's going to be like, I'm so excited to spend $39.99 on watching an animation my Sims stomp their feet so they can make wine that gives you a +5 focus move.
He doesn't know my target audience. You don't know that. Just saying that there's a small demographic maybe for that. But to be honest, I should be in that demographic and I don't care for it. So, but look at that, they're drinking. They're drinking. Isn't that something new and groundbreaking? I can't get over how shitty things look. Like these kind of zoomed in scenes of these low poly kind of blurry items. They're not low poly. Yeah, low poly as well. They're not gonna draw anyone in.
Mootlet. Like, I don't know anybody who's excited about that. I don't know anybody who's excited about being able to use horse poo to fertilize their plants. This pack is just moderately bloated with a bit of crap in order to upsell the horses thing. As it's a game pack, all right? That's my end review of this trailer. It's a game pack, and I don't like it. It's not a negative opinion. It's an honest opinion, an opinion that's rooted in my observations. All right, goodbye.
I don't like the colors of these drinks. They look laced with poison. That was the review. All the budget went into allowing us to dress the horses as clowns. The budget went to the unnecessary voiceover. That is some budget that went there. We're getting a voiceover telling us, like the little babies we are, a little bit of a story. Oh my god. Oh, there they go. There you go. They altered the dog animations. Oh, is that it? Oh my goodness. From an animal welfare perspective, we shouldn't hype for all these mini versions. I'll give it a like, although I don't think the idea is to really hype. I think the idea is, like I said, it's laziness. That was something. That was something. I spent a lot of my evening watching the Colleen bullshitter ukulele crap, and then this why I'm so exhausted, by the way. It just wasn't, I didn't have any brain cells left for Sims trailer reaction. I watched about 5 parodies of it as well, and I took it my time to dissect everything. You know how I'm like, you know I watch stuff, right? Pause, pause, pause. I don't do that just for the show. I need moments to process everything I watch. There you go. What else is there? What else is left to watch? Oh, I don't know. I wanted to watch more. I forgot what it was. I'm just kind of getting tired. I am tired. Right. Let's watch our favorite SimTuber. I regret almost typing this in. Wait. What's this? The problem is what copy-pasted hairstyles? I have to watch this sometime. Let's see what Pixelate, what cocksucking he's doing this time. Deep dive gameplay stream? No, that's not. Oh, of course it's a game changer. He gets his privileges for eating ass. For being a little brown-lipped. Oh, here he's on a bandwagon, isn't he? Dramatic bandwagon. He's now it's underwhelming. Now it's underwhelming. It's so weird. He's always like following the trend. This guy has no opinion of his own.
Hello, hopefully it's working.
Last time he was laughing his ass off at the grape stomping. Like it was, you know, that alone was worth the pack. No, he's underwhelmed. I don't even know if it's fair to say that. I didn't stick around for his reaction afterwards. Oh, look at that. Look at that. He was streaming this? Bro. Bro is just uploading a stream now to YouTube. So he has a stream? That's my first thing I need to check out. He has his fucking stream. Why is everyone on Twitch these days? Is this even him? Doesn't look like him. This is application developer by day. No, he looks like a prostitute by day. And a willing bottom for EA by night. So I don't think that's him. Wait a second. Maybe he streamed it on YouTube. That makes more sense. Wait a second. I have to find out now. See, I'm going somewhere with this. Give me a second. Just need to know if he's...
If they make this a public...
He's a partnered streamer, guys. Look at that. He is a streamer. And he's partnered. So where's the... Where? This Pixelate leads nowhere. That's not him. That doesn't look like a partnered stream. 263 followers. Just to remind you guys, I'm here to be 100% authentic and real all the time. I'm not here to be popular. Very successfully. I'm really good at what I'm doing, guys. Remember that. I'm not here to be popular, and I more than succeeded at that. I'm always giving cutting-edge original content. I'm not just milking The Sims 4 or something. I try out new things all the time. I know all my viewers personally. I do a little bit of everything. I do a bit of gaming, a little bit of hating, sipping tea, a little bit of teasing, and a little bit of what a little bit of comedy. There, I said it. A little bit of comedy. just by being myself, mostly, because I'm a fucking clown. But you know, I'm no partner for sure. I ain't no partner. Just saying, this is the sort of world we live in. Gotta be a fucking huge corporate dick sucker, to some extent, or you gotta just be fake. You gotta be fake. That's what it feels like. I don't mind. I don't mind all people that are putting on a persona. By the way, that's not true. It's not like everyone has a bit of a streamer persona. Like all the, especially the bigger you get, the more you have to have some kind of persona and some self-editing, etc. That's not the issue. It's just some people have very grating personas, and they chose them. They chose them. And they're very self-serving and kind of insincere and unauthentic. They're too far removed from who they are, or just they smell too much of bullshit. It's not exactly a seamless persona, you know? He has. I don't know what it is. I don't even know if I personally hate him. I just find it very difficult to stomach when I see him. I just find it weird that some people that I find super off-putting, I just don't see the appeal whatsoever, just because kind of like, yeah, I'm popular. I got several 100,000 subscribers for completely unoriginal, uninspired nonsense. I guess just for sake of quantity. This is the blandest logo I've ever seen on a channel. This is such a... It's something that could have come out of a boardroom meeting for Discord. Gonna design a new, really tight logo. So where is his Twitch? Did he even link it? He has a website? Where to find us? Us? I've heard of they, them, but I haven't heard of saying us to yourself. Okay, so here's Twitch, right? Does he still stream there? Official pixel. Oh, yeah, that's more like it. Official bullshit. This explains a lot, by the way. Right? It always explains a lot about how popular someone is. Is he not begging for donations? He locks his previous streams behind subscriptions, paywalling previous. Someone's a little money hungry, but that's again that is a personality he exudes. That's one of those things. See, did he even stream? No. No, he didn't. So what? I guess he moved to YouTube. That is the kind of place for shills. And for, you know, questionable people without consistency. I'm not hating. But this does mean... Actually, he's no longer a co-worker of mine, because I don't consider myself a YouTuber. I consider myself a streamer. So I can roast him. It's not like bullying other content creators, because he's like a content creator in another camp. And that's fair game. I mean, anyone can be a content creator if we're going to take everything into account. Not on the same platform. I don't need to respect him as a colleague, so I can shit on him if I want to. Little Simpsy actually should be. You know what? She plays both sides, so it doesn't count. She doesn't count as a full-time co-worker. She's kind of like sleeping with the enemy. She's on YouTube more than, or as much as on Twitch, so I can still bully her too. She's not a real streamer to me. She's only halfway there. Just here for the money. Just here for the subscription money and the sponsorships. She's not committed to it. You know. I don't know. Fuck them all. Like, you know what the thing is? Game changer. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fair game. If they're game changers and are full of shit, fuck them. I don't care what platform they're on. New rule. As long as I can hate on people, that's I'll mind it. So let's see if he's more cynical this time. Has he actually watched the trailer? How does he manage to turn this into 31 minutes? Oh, he's having the whole countdown with his besties or something. I'm very sorry about being so bitter today. I'm very sorry about being so bitter. I really deeply care about your mental health, everyone. So if you're saying like, Zach, don't be like that. I feel a little bit depressed that I'm watching you to chill out. I don't want you to vomit toxicity. I cannot help you actually, not as long as this is on the screen. So let's just get this out of the way.
You too. Thanks for being here. Thank you for the super chat. Evening Moonlight. Thank you.
Oh yeah. It's YouTube. Is he streaming on YouTube? Fake streamer, fake YouTube streamer. The only reason why I would stream on YouTube is because not for the money. That's his reason. That's his reason. 100% guaranteed. That's his reason. And also because YouTube has a lot more stupid kids. So I would stream because of the better encoder output for my specific video card. So if you ever see me on YouTube, it's not because I want to be there. It's not for the money. I'm not making any, by the way, there. Keeping in mind I'm very tired, I think I'll get another caffeine very soon, because I might be a little bit nicer then. A little bit nicer and nuanced. Right now, everyone just... Look, I watched several hours. I really went down the Colleen Belanger. What's her name? I don't even know her name. The Miranda Grooms rabbit hole tonight, okay? So my brain isn't really in a fight or fight sort of state.
Equestrian center in town, where all the competitions like barrel racing and jumping take place.
Okay, the first thing that I want to say, and I'm just gonna pause this for a second. This is definitely a lot less cringy. I think that they took the feedback that we gave them last time.
You didn't give any feedback. You were in POG mode. You were in POG mode the whole fucking trailer. You did not give feedback. Lying snake.
Like last time, it was just like, "Hey, besties," But like now, it feels like I'm being talked to like an actual like normal person,
like an actual 13-year-old instead of a 5-year-old. Wow, what an incredible increase in maturity levels. Still cringe. He's gonna read the chat, and I feel like he's gonna read the chat and try. Hold on. Something is clicking. Horse-shaped God, why the voiceovers? No, I hate it. Didn't we already see this? I mean, yes. What's the obsession with these voiceovers? Still cringe. You see, my theory is that because he's in front of an audience now, and and I kind of mean sometimes about the Sims 4 players, they have this stupid kind of cognitive dissonance, or lack of cognitive dissonance, where they buy stuff and support shitty packs and support the shitty practices, but at the same time they're very critical. Even the ones that buy the packs, they're like, a lot of them are quite critical. They just don't have the discipline. You'd think they were all like on their deathbed and like, I'm too old to really to really make a statement for these sort of petty things. If I want something, I want something. I'm too old for this. It feels like that, but they're not. Probably they're probably motherfuckers are probably not even over 20. But there's a weird. But let's say overall, people are, even if they let themselves get scammed and screwed over, they are still voicing criticism a lot. So now he has a real audience here on his YouTube, and that can be a mix of a lot of different kinds of people. They may have been drawn to his stream not because they follow him specifically, but because they watch a lot of Sim stuff. So you got some mixed reactions, right? You got some people there that he's not going to be able to bullshit with the pugger's face. It's one thing to put a kind of pugger's face in a pre-made video that you upload, and there's no need to really. People are not really gonna comment on it. If someone does comment on that your reaction is cringy, you can always have those comments removed. This is all in real time. It's harder to moderate, and the feedback is direct. And he relies on the people participating, because he's hoping they will become part of his audience, or they stay part of his audience. He's not gonna censor people too much, right, in the chat, because that's alienating. So now he has to give a more nuanced opinion. That is my take. Like, he's always seems so calculated about what opinion he's going to promote and how he brings it. And in this case, he's suddenly a bit more. Oh yeah, last time they were really talking down to you. No, they weren't. You did well. They took our criticism seriously. He's just conveniently forgetting that that was the video where he was not. He was not really responding like a human being to that. It was just fucking hyped. Wait, what's the name again of the guy? I'm gonna BRB for a bit.
Recently, people have been spreading rumors that I'm some kind of creepy groomer. I'm not creepy. I'm like your quirky aunt who sometimes makes you stick your hand down her pants. This is just a joke she likes to do, and sometimes she shows you her friends' nudes. It's not incest, there's no one she would molest. No, she's just being weird. She's not someone you should fear. These are just jokes, she doesn't mean to offend. Can your auntie come over and spend some time with your friends? We can all laugh about my husband's cock, then try on my underwear. Wait, why'd you tell me to stop? Don't get mad, these are all just jokes, but don't tell your parents, they don't need to know. You told your mom, how could you do this? We were having fun, why did you ruin it? The toxic gossip train. All aboard for station manipulation, but I'm not the one who's manipulating you. Everyone else is. They don't get you like I do. They're just trying to tear me away. Has anyone ever told you you're really mature for your age? They think I'm a creep, they think I'm a weirdo, but it's not that weird to show kids what Trisha's got down below. They wanted to know I'm like a sex ed class for all my fans to pass. Cancel culture's gone too far this time. I heard they made up something called federal crimes. I don't know what those words mean. It sounds like some bullshit to destroy choline. The only thing that I've ever groomed is my cats. It's not that weird to ask kids to send you pics of their ass, so stop with the witch hunt. It's not my fault that kids like looking at Trisha's cunt. The toxic gossip train. All aboard for station manipulation. The toxic gossip train. Spreading lies to ruin my reputation. You can't take my career away. I was on fucking Waitress, on fucking Broadway. I had a Netflix show. I had the perfect life until you stupid children came and took your knives and stabbed me in the back. You were my fucking friends. Why would you do this to me? When will this nightmare end? I'm not a creep. I'm not a weirdo. It's not that bad to ask to see a kid's ass. It was just a joke. I didn't know. Just wanna make kids laugh. Please give my career back.
And that's the moment you realize this is art. Oh my god, so many recommendations about this woman. It is truly unimaginable how insane this was. How insane this video was. Not this video, but the video at Paradise is arguably just... Well, I mean, he captured it perfectly. Before that was... I'll say one thing about it. I don't want to... It's been discussed to death on the internet, but I'll say my 1 cent about it. I give one of my many cents. I kind of knew she sucked based on the fact she associated with Trisha. After the old frenemies debacle, anyone would still associate with Trisha openly, to my opinion, is like absolute trash of absolute trash. But you don't always know exactly what are the ins and outs, right? You don't always know why. And I did not bother to look into it, but I knew that she was not... That she was just exploitative of their friendship, and the other way around as well, because there's no way Trisha is actually genuinely friends with anyone. That's half the cent. The other half the cent is that I still did not really have another... Like, I knew that she had to be trash in some form, but at the same time, that doesn't make me a hater. Because then I'd be constantly busy hating people, because I find a lot of people trash. Then I read the allegations, or rather the accusations. They're very convincing, right? They seem very factual and backed up by a lot of evidence of video and whatnot. A lot of testimonies and videos. So, you know, it's the sort of thing that holds up in court. And I was like, those are some pretty creepy fucking things to do. That is genuinely disturbing. But did I immediately... But there was still disconnect between her actions and the actual person, because I did not know the person. I knew Miranda, the character, vaguely. You watch 2 videos of her, you never have to watch another one again, because it's all the same shit. They were so bland and uninspired. Her own videos seemed bland, like, so I never watched them. I knew she was probably shitty because of her association with Trisha. Even though, like, they both backstabbed each other now, which is beautiful. Beautiful. And I know those actions were shitty, but I can still always try to see, like, the actions aside from the person directly. But then I saw this video. And I didn't even watch the whole thing because it was too painful initially. I only watched the whole thing because of other people reacting to it eventually. And from the whole guilt-tripping tactics, the blame shifting, the saying she takes accountability but not doing it anywhere, so mentioning she's bringing the facts but not bringing any facts, the whole sociopathic manipulation of that video made me decide she is genuinely a dreadful, irredeemable, mentally sick individual. And she does not deserve a platform. End of story. She should be obliterated from the internet, should be erased from the internet. That's all. That was my cent. I could say more about the details of it. I don't think it's necessary. I don't need to go into details. I think her own fucking apology video trivializing these issues, using so many clear manipulation tactics. It's the contradictions within the video itself, the contemptuous way of bringing her message, the self-pity, all of those they're more than red flags, they're a red fucking sea, you know? After that, I was just generally disturbed by what a mental case she is. So she fucked herself over, because I'm not necessarily want to care that much about a random internet celebrity I don't know, even if they did shitty things. I just like, oh, there's some shitty things, but I don't know the person. It's hard to judge exactly who the person is. She showed that. She bared her ugly soul. That was supposed to be her redemption? I'm afraid the ukulele did nothing. Much like the goggles, they did nothing. Now let's resume this. This guy, as annoying as he is, and as much as I sometimes just wanna... I don't even know if I want to punch him. Did I ever say I want to punch him? I do say I want to punch people a lot, don't I? You know me. You know me. You know me. Don't hate me just because I want to punch everyone. Do 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 do. No, but seriously, I do say I want to punch people a lot, and that's not to say I condone violence, or actually I'm a physically violent person. Wanting to punch someone is usually a mental state for me. Not a physical state as much as a mental state. It means that I would like to punch that person in a video game. Like a virtual avatar of them, right? It's not very much in the rooted in the real world, because I don't live in the real world. Not that I need to fucking explain myself, but I like to explain myself. I like to address my own issues for my own sake. But yeah, as much as he has a punchable fucking face, or expressions and opinions that blow with the wind, blow in whichever way the wind is blowing, right? Has he groomed anyone? Nope. Don't see any accusations of that just yet. Don't see any. Just making sure. I mean, he's insufferable, super annoying. His video depressed me with how negative he always is towards us, since it's only now and then. So it's like, for me, he's too positive half the times. For other people, it's too negative half the times. I think he's trying too hard to cater to everyone. He's already ruining Paralives too. Actually watching for news. Then you just have to hit a new low. If you can put up with him for news, just visit the website.
person and not like I'm like 2.5 years old at daycare, you know? And I live for
But they still talk. What is he saying? I live for not being talked to like I'm 2.5 years old. He's gonna say that.
well, like normal person and not like I'm like 2.5 years old at daycare, you know? And I live for that.
That word just lost all meaning. That's buried. That term, I live for this or that, it's just died. Along with any hair texture he has, I say with this fucking hairdo. So don't take my, you know. Well, I would know what I'm talking about. His hair looks just as dead as mine, if not worse.
Yeah. Sage, my horse,
Did I speak too soon?
is super friendly. She put up with all of my
What does he mean? Where's he giggling? What, did he speak too soon?
yeah.
Oh, there he goes. The self-awareness in the live version, the less edited version is at least present. Try to say something positive there. A lot of scenes match the last trailer, though. Interesting that his audience is not as foolish as he is half the times. Like, he's... And here she said, yeehaw, and so he is... Okay.
Sage,
They managed to embarrass... I mean, I will say that is a moment for him. A human moment of humility. I appreciate it. I will say, honestly... Let's watch it again. See? First, let's hear his dumb fucking take. And then watch him fail. Then watch him just fall flat on his face. And being and he's aware of it.
An actual like normal person and not like I'm like 2.5 years old at daycare, you know? And
I live for
live
this.
for that.
yeah. Sage, my horse,
Did I speak too soon?
is super friendly. She put up with all of my horsing around while I learned how to ride. Some horses wouldn't have been as patient with a new rider. Once in a while, there are more aggressive or defiant horses. They're like people that way, with different personalities and traits. But the closer you are with a horse, the easier it is to practice your skills.
Maybe it's not catered towards 2.5 years old, but it's still catered towards dumb people, extremely low IQ people. I don't know. Voiceovers are just cringe in general. No other games do this. Forspoken is like hold my beer. No good games do this. Alyssa Beyond Accounting. Is this an Alyssa Atworth fan account or what? I cannot even... No, I don't think so. Doesn't look like her. She's black.
You'll see folks mounted up pretty much everywhere, going on long rides out in the park.
The fact that's racist, you cannot say Alyssa Atworth is not black and this person isn't. That's the difference. You have to treat them equally. You have to say this could be Alyssa Atworth from another timeline. Yeah, okay. Don't look at skin color. No. Could be Alyssa Atworth for sure. I should have looked closer. Just to look at the facial features and then decide it's not Alyssa Atworth. That is the way to do it. Before anyone thinks I'm anti-woke or something, that's not it. I don't give a shit. I know this is an exaggeration. There are actually people that are like, they strawman a person like that, don't they? Like they strawman someone saying that. They would do that. Like taken out of context, me saying something like that, people would be like, either taking it face value and saying these people that would be like, oh, that is such a typical lib. And there would be people that are saying, or there would be people that be like, oh, they're aware of that he's being ironic, and he's like, oh yeah, you definitely nailed a woke person. That is literally a woke person. What you're impersonating. There are people that is so fucking. Like, I get where some of the anti-woke sentiments are based on, but I got here because I thought I saw Alyssa Edwards, but then I saw she was black or something in the avatar. So it's like, it can't be Alyssa, right? That's how this started. And then I joked that it was racist, and then someone might say like, uh, some conservative-minded person might say like, oh, uh, he nailed it perfectly. What a woke person is like, he made perfect parody of a woke person because that's exactly what they're like in their head. These people like that are everywhere, like just completely unreasonable, over the top, crazy SJWs kind of people, those from the 2015-14 era that the law seem to have died completely, at least been vanquished in terms of relevancy years and years ago. But that kind of random specific cherry picking person is the enemy. That kind of annoying person that literally everyone across the political spectrum hated. They're acting like that is just everyone that is not a neo-Nazi. Sorry, did I say that? Such tough language. That's what you get when it's late. Crypto fascist. Let me tone it down a little, water it down a little bit. Crypto fascist.
Through town.
I managed to make everything political depending on the time of the day. Very sorry about that. This is not a feel-good stream. This is not a feel-good stream. This is like a feel-tired stream. Feel just as tired of the world as Zach stream. Get dragged down into my swamp of despair. And bitterness and lack of charisma, I don't know. I mean, I knew that I was gonna get more and more unfiltered lately, and I noticed it because I started realizing I'm never going to have a breakthrough or some shit. So I was like, you know what, I can just do it and say whatever I want for the one or two people watching me at a time. So I'm having a good time. This is literally, I just joke around with myself. And that makes sense because like the chat is really quiet. And when I'm joking with myself, I don't need to worry about being offensive or edgy towards myself because I know what I mean. I know my intent is different. It's gonna be super unfiltered now and then, especially when I'm tired. Like this, I've had a couple of tired streams, and the other day, I don't know if you saw it, I just straight up dropped the Dutch word. I would translate as motherfucker, but it wasn't quite motherfucker because in Dutch you curse with diseases and it just sounds even worse. And there's just no good real English equivalent of that. And it just dropped out of nowhere. I wouldn't normally use that at all. I normally don't use that in daily life. Like, I use English curse words quite leisurely, but Dutch curse words are something else usually, so I don't use them. I just find them very, very coarse and a bit. It's weird because maybe it's because I'm not a native English speaker. I just don't find English curse words to hit so hard. But that was like conqueror. Very bad word, and it just came out of nowhere. Just suddenly dropped that as if I was doing an English stream. It wasn't a Dutch stream at all. And suddenly this word dropped like a bomb. I hate this gormless expression.
Need a lot of space too. When we got Sage, we ended up redesigning our property to make space for her. What else were we
He looks bored. He's thinking, he's calculating.
gonna do?
This gives Disney Channel. There you go. That's the thing. Like, maybe even if I don't even know this is like a 20-year-old in the 20s, or this could be teens. This could be teens. But teens also don't like kiddie childish shit. They don't like the pretense of childish shit. I think that like moms in their 30s, young moms in their 30s that play The Sims 4 are more likely to be tolerant of a childish game trailer. You know? So when people get a bit older, they get like, I want to be a baby again. So maybe they are less offended by it than actual teens. It's just such a weird marketing flex.
She's part of the family. Sometimes I'll head over to my friend Umber's place to help out when the family members are all busy. Look how cute their foal is. She definitely inherited her mom.
What is a fool? I mean, I know what it is. It's like I thought it was a fowl. Foal. What is the word actually? How do you write it? A fowl is a bird, right? So you got this. Is it a fawn? No, that is not it. What's a baby horse? What do you call that? A foal. That is that. So you write it like this. And she pronounces it like fool. It didn't sound like foal.
What else were we gonna do? She's part of the family.
Why didn't they give her a southern accent? I just realized. She's going like, yeah! And they don't. It's a political thing. They don't want to be associated with southern states. See, I'm not very I don't like being anti-woke. I'm not woke, but I'm definitely not anti-woke, except in the case of EA. Am I not woke? I mean, per definition, I am a little woke, I guess. I'm a little woke because I'm anti-woke. That kind of makes me woke. But when it comes to EA, and they're like, we're having a pack with horses and line dancing and southern culture, we cannot be seen with characters that have a southern accent that is too triggering. Is it the accent itself, like the whole region is automatically associated with racism? It's like immediately, you cannot disconnect it. They don't disconnect it to, they're like, it's not good. They know damn well. They know damn well that is not the same thing. But they are so calculated that they're like, should we do a southern accent? No. We need to keep it Californian. We need to keep it safe and progressive sounding. We need to have the varnish of being progressive. Does that mean that we don't accurately represent the culture that we are Depicting? Well, who fucking gives a shit? We never cared when we depicted Europe or South America or England about doing that accurately. Pulled that shit out of our ass. We kind of tried with Japan, but then we had American simmers build those houses. Kind of tried with Japan, but then we removed the bowing at the shrine because Koreans complained. You know, they never really give shit. EA managed. I could be wrong, maybe I don't know the topography that well, but this I associate with Southern accent, this shit. Horse riding, going like, and line dancing, whatever they were doing exactly, and yeehaw! And this kind of architecture and stuff like that. So how do they manage to appropriate the culture of their own country? That is a new pathetic low. It's one thing to just mash a bunch of European stuff together and like, oh, Europe, that's Tudor houses and people kissing each other on the cheeks. The fuck? Yeah, that's Europe, right? It's not Northwestern Europe at all, but the rest does seem to sort of have Northwestern European influence. Kissing each other on the cheek, Mediterranean, Scandinavia. As long as we can sell it as Europe. Don't mind us taking some of your cultural stuff, mashing it together disrespectfully, and pretending that is what Europe is. Okay, that's fine. You got your representation, quote unquote. Let's have people with German and Dutch names and some English names and some Swedish. I don't even know. All together, one world, one tiny world. Well, it's not a tiny compared to the rest, but one neighborhood. Sure. That's just the American way, right? Appropriate the way. But they managed to appropriate their own culture. And not do it justice. Just take elements from Southern culture and be like, this is now Californian. Bye. I don't care who you are. Who are you with your... Who's that? Bye, ma'am. Is now a liberal ranch. You guys are too conservative. So we made it. We gave it a liberal accent that is more passable, more palatable. Sorry about that. Genuinely shocked by the depths of insincerity.
Sometimes I'll head over to my friend Umbra's place to help out when the family members are all busy. Look how cute their foal is. She definitely inherited
Okay, my thoughts.
up after too. And if you have other animals
Them with their community boards, every pack, community board.
while you're looking, that's how I
He's laughing and snickering, but he knows like nobody gives a shit, and that's gonna be a major feature. There's nothing to laugh about. It's boring as fuck.
rescued Sage. All that hard work really starts to feel good.
Ah! How am I synergized with this chat? This looks boring as fuck.
Good when you realize how far
Community board, boring as fuck. That is just the wavelength that we're on. we simmers, me and whoever that person is in the chat there, we're aligned for good reason.
You've come. When I first started making nectar, I wasn't great at it. I made a lot of messes and quite a few subpar.
He's not laughing. Not even that. Not even a little huff of smoke as he opens his gaping maw. His cocksucking mouth this time. He is a lot less edited here. I'll give him that. I'm not gonna give him shit for being underwhelmed. And that is just because that is a genuine sentiment. It's just that he's a little bit all over the place. Sometimes he's very whelmed. But you know he isn't. This is like he's not doing the same thing. He looks bored. You already know. Maybe it's okay. He has seen the joke, but come on, that's no excuse. The way he laughed, it should still be funny the 5th time.
I wasn't great at it. I made a lot of messes and quite a few.
He looks away embarrassed. Maybe he saw my clip. He looks away. Like, oh yeah, this is the part that I overreacted to. This is the part I really tried a bit too hard. And I don't want to do this in front of a live audience because they're not complete idiots.
Nectar.
Oh my god, the chat is savage.
I wasn't great at it. I made a lot of messes and quite a few subpar batches. Now though, I make a profit selling all kinds of nectar. Old Roberto Crinkletop even shared his secret recipe with me. But I'll take that.
Cringe? The amount of people saying something is cringe, because it's like, I feel like there are a lot of teenagers there, and that should be their target audience, and they still cannot convince them with this trailer. They will buy it because they got a buying addiction probably, but they cannot. It's not a trailer thanks to which they're buying. It's not a trailer convincing them.
That one to my grave. And beyond. He's actually very nice, if a little odd. Sometimes he shows up to hit the
There's
dance
like
floor,
nothing
but
going
no one
on.
really knows where he lives. I think he likes it that way. Whether they've been here for generations or they're brand new.
Get out of my nectar with those crusty jeans.
Look at the foal on the ball. Oh my god.
I refuse to call it a foal. The way they pronounce, I don't know how to. Maybe I just. I refuse to use that word. I just don't like the word.
Gosh, that's so cute. I'll give them that.
I'll use volen. I'll use the Dutch word over that. Fall. Just another word that sounds similar to other words in English. Just one of the many fucking words that do not really sound distinct in English. Just a most generic of one-syllable words. The vowel that could be pronounced anyway. Fall. Fall. Fuck that word. It's a game pack with cottage living leftovers. It's cute by IDK.
There's gonna be little things about this that I absolutely adore, even though generally what I think of this is just kind of meh.
They're brand new like me. Everyone out here has an interesting story. Maybe it's time to start your story too.
That's it. They didn't really show us how big this world was, guys. They didn't show us how big the world was. I'm nervous. What if the world... Okay, I'm just gonna say it. This is a game pack. I'm sorry. This is...
Oh, there we go. He looked at... Did he look at the chat, or did he actually... I wonder if he checked the chat, because obviously this is a normal thought. I'm not saying he could not produce this thought. By the way, sorry everyone, I know. Dragging this out a little bit. I'm too surgical. I'm too crazy. I'm too crazy. Everyone is in the meantime like Channel points. I don't know how you guys are tolerating me for, because like not getting to any kind of point. But I'm gonna check just now, and then I'm done. Is he looking at the chat for approval of being able to drop this take? Let me see.
Yes. What if the world? Okay, I'm just gonna say it. This is a game pack.
Where did he look? Where did he look away? You know? Was he reading anything? Just one minute. Yeah. That's his second monitor, isn't it? That's where the chat is. It's comment trash. Yes! I love this energy. I didn't know that. This is such a joy. I will give The Sims 4 that. Every time they release a shitty expansion, regardless of which, there's always some kind of hype. Even if the hype is for hating it, there's always a bandwagon. It's a bandwagon to drop on. Like I said, the expansion itself is not the point. It's the attention.
This is a game pack. I'm sorry.
This looks
is a
so
game
boring,
pack.
disappointing.
They are
Gameplay
selling
didn't
us
show
a game pack for
anything.
an
It's
expansion
cottage
pack
living,
price.
literally.
That's
I'm
what they're
bored.
doing. I'm sorry.
One person said, stop complaining. Meh, I wish I had more gameplay, to be honest. That's it? What? Yeah, where are the lots? How many? Game pack behavior? That's not... What are they doing? Is this a Björk meme? The way it's emphasizes draws out the R. Game pack behavior. Or is too much, kind of concerned, cute, but it's basically just a second trailer. They mean like a recycled one. Horse trainer career. Good point. I hope he acknowledges that. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Sorry.
Then I'm done. Then I'm done.
I know, but they didn't really show much of the world. Like I feel like they just showed like little tiny bits of it. I feel like that we've already seen some of those, especially in the first trailer. A lot of what they're showing, we've already seen a lot of these areas. They're not showing much of the trails, so I'm kind of thinking that the trails
Wait a
probably
second.
aren't super long because if
At some
the
point,
world
maybe he will
is
see
closed,
the super chat.
How long are those trails really gonna be? You know,
Where are you looking
they're
at?
probably not super long.
Did he see the super chat yet?
A lot of what's in the blog
And where, on what monitor is that?
post, they do cover, though they talk about. But I remember when I was first reading the blog post, I was
Why doesn't he dye his hair another color?
kind of saying like, I really hope that there's some more maybe if we were gonna have unicorns, they probably will.
Does he ever look to the side again?
That looked what I'm thinking. They're amazing. I love that though. That's so cute. That's what
Is he just looking at his monitor and rambling to himself?
So what are we thinking about the gameplay trailer? Yay or nay? Because I don't know. Like,
Okay, where's he looking?
I don't want to judge it too soon.
He's
We
asking.
have to wait until the deep dive, which is next week. It's either next Thursday or next Friday. But from what I'm seeing here, it just doesn't feel like an expansion pack to me. It feels like a
Where
game pack.
is
I
he
really feel
looking
like they're
for the
trying to sell a
chat?
game pack for an expansion pack price. And they're really brave to be doing something like that this late in the game.
I might be wrong. He might just be looking at the chat constantly.
Feeling that this is
I would think it's pretty brave if he only looks at the chat once in a while and he keeps saving his opinion without looking for
probably not
feedback.
going to do very well for them. Maybe they will have to release another expansion this year to make up for the lost profits. Who knows?
No,
But,
they're pretty much predetermined. There's no way they're gonna do that.
In all seriousness, I don't think we're going to get another expansion this year. We're probably going to get a game pack in Q4, and we're probably going to get 2 kits. Probably 2 kits.
You're
maybe.
just pulling information out of your ass now, like based on logic. I think we're gonna get 4 more kits, by the way. I mean, see, I can be a news Sims news guy. Guys, I speculate here and now that we're gonna get 4 more kits for The Sims 4. Okay, where's my 225k subscribers? Also, do you want me to read a tweet by the Sims team? There we go. Hold on. Sims Twitter. I'm logged in, right? Oh no, I'm not logged in. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. No, I cannot be a professional Sims news channel because I'm not logged in on Twitter on my streaming browser. Sorry. Guess I cannot be a major Sims content creator after all, because I cannot just regurgitate the tweets by the Sims team. Alright. It's an alright guy, isn't he? It's not so bad, is he? Not so bad, is he? Alright, isn't he? Alright, isn't he? Gave him a lot of flack, but he's alright, isn't he? Deep down, is he alright? We'll get beer with him. I don't know what he's like off stream. I just know that he is a bit spineless. Half the times he's faking things. I don't know what he's doing the other half. I don't know if he's faking it. He's still faking it or not. This seemed to be quite an authentic, reasonable adult response overall. So there you go, redemption. That's what I think every time, though. Then he comes back with another overreaction to something, and I'm sick of him all over. What was interesting to me was more like his chat, because I consider him to be. I don't consider him to be like Setro Sims that has a community that is kind of obviously attached to a very critical attitude. He's got more mixed opinions and he's a game changer. So, and even his community or chatters, as far as they are his community, I don't know where the people come from, but like that's got to be a lot of people that are from his channel. I doubt he has really got like fans like Pombella does, though. I think some people just really watch him out of convenience, not because they care for him as much as about the little. They're bored and they want some news. They're desperate for that sort of thing because they play the game and there's nothing happening in the game. So obviously you want to know what's going to happen in the game next because that's all there is to it. What kind of nothing? What kind of nothing are they going to add to the game now? Is the question. So they flock to channels like his. But these are people that are still invested in the game. They're still playing it most likely, and look at their reactions. Would it actually be a bad thing if this pack flopped? I'm gonna change the whole topic later, so don't worry, I'm not gonna keep talking about Sims 4, but we're at a stage now where I wouldn't put it past EA to say like, see, we put effort in a pack, like we made a whole expansion and people did not buy it. People were not happy with it, so you might as well just keep releasing kits and only kits. Because the more we do, the less they want, the more they want. We can't even scam them and upsell a game pack as an expansion pack to them. So what's the point of even making them then? I'm just wondering, because they stop. I don't know. What I do know is that they like to ditch things that take effort. Like stuff packs, they took a bit too much effort. So they stopped making them. I guess expansions are still like, even if they do not sell a lot, they invested so little in it that it doesn't matter. And there is a problem because they, instead of being like, maybe if we actually made a good pack, it would sell better. We do not need to put it on sale. They're going to go and take this as, see, they don't sell that well, so we shouldn't be putting effort in it. That's actually a more logical outcome. Rather than that they say, no, we're not going to make expansion packs anymore, or we're going to make really good expansion packs again. They're going to say, like, see, it's not worth investing a lot in because people are not buying it that much. They're not as enthusiastic about it. So we're just gonna keep treating the expansions as a small attention grabber tool. And we're not gonna invest too much in it because otherwise the profits are gonna be even smaller because people don't buy it. They don't actually stop and think like, why don't people not buy it? Whoever's in charge of this timeline schedule. Or they're like, yeah, they know, but they still need to be on that timeline. So they don't actually care. Like, oh, I guess it's better than. This is the best we can do. So you might as well not invest too much in it. Because people are not going to care too much and buy too much. So. Whatever is happening, either people have been buying the packs left and right after all. Like the silent majority, there's some silent majority that buys all this crap, or people that complain and still buy it. That's possible, but then nothing has improved. Nothing has improved over the years. That's a real issue. If you care about this genre of games, because there's no alternative yet. Okay. What time is it? I may actually just have to call it a day because 1 a.m. is kind of my limit now for sleeping. I may still want to watch some Kid Bogan, but I've been catching up with some sagas. And this was a good time to do it because he's currently on a break or something. Everyone seems to be on a break, by the way. Something. Except for me. I want to be on a break permanently, but I just can't seem to do it. Yeah, let's leave it at this for today because I was like, I've already been pretty grumpy so far. I don't want to see how much worse it gets if I keep going. I mean, I'm grumpy, but I have a good time being grumpy, right? At least that much I can say. I'm pretty enthusiastic about being grumpy. But it's the only thing I can be enthusiastic about if I've been up the whole day. Unless I drink caffeine, like just put it straight into my veins. My veins. It's been very nice, everyone. Thank you for checking up on me. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for lurking, especially. That's always appreciated. Just everything else. Everything is motivating. Don't even need to be here. Just pretend to be here. That's cool. See you guys around. Bye bye.